Hey crew, welcome back to another short spraycasso Save My Life tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to try and show you guys how to manipulate the paint a little bit better using a magazine sheet. Now, the magazine sheet can be used to create terrain. I know I've showed you this before in some of our one-on-one techniques explained tutorials, right? And you don't need much. Create a little terrain. Look at this. Using the same background, the same negative space that we have. See that? And just blending in some of these darker colors, some of these rocks. Look at that. Now imagine a tree right about here. Okay? So this is a really quick and easy technique, and all I'm doing is I'm tapping into some black. Guys, you don't need to scratch. Stop it. No, you can scratch. If you guys can pull it off, man, more power to you. Okay, so that's a simple way of creating a terrain using nothing more than just a magazine sheet. There's many things you can create. Let's create something else. Let's see. Just bam. There you go. And that's all I'll use for now. A little more black here. You can always manipulate the paint to create better effects, guys. Okay, so keep that in mind right there. Boom. Put down a little bit. Let's see, we can create all sorts of neat little. Look at that. And if you run out, just a little bit more. I am using the Ultra Cover Rust-Oleum brand for this one. It is not my favorite when it comes to. I'm having a little bit of a hard time manipulating it, but I ran out of my old Color Place brand, so that'd give this one a try. And it still works pretty good, guys, but I like my brands better. Now take a look at that, huh? Real quick, just a few. You don't have to spend a lot of time. Some of the same shadows that you're creating here are giving you a better effect. Look at that. You can create all sorts of cool little looking terrains. And you can learn to manipulate the paint in this manner. Look at that. Gooey cuckooey. Yes. And you can actually do this a little more realistic. But this is a little technique that you guys can actually do while spray painting live, you know, just to give the audience, to keep them captivated, to keep them entertained. And you can actually use that to practice yourself. That way you start learning to manipulate the paint, creating better effects. Look at that. I'll just add a little bit of black here. Fade it in. So practice with this, guys. You know, it's definitely a cool little technique that you can use just to practice. Create terrains, create something like that, little skull there. Now, of course, you could have added more detail to this to make it more realistic. And when you learn to manipulate your paints better, you'll know how much you can go with just a quick dabble. See, with Color Place, I can't go very far. I noticed that it dries rather quickly. I mean, with Color Place, with Rust-Oleum. With Color Place, I could actually go a little bit further, and I know how much I could actually sit here and manipulate the paint, you know, and keep going. So I don't know, that's for you guys to experiment with, practice. Yeah, look at that. And in this manner, you'll learn to know how much paint, like I said, how much paint you can use on just a single tap. how much shadowing you can get out of it. All sorts of neat little stuff, but you have to practice. You have to practice. It's part of the whole thing, right? Let's see. And you guys notice I didn't use any brushes, just magazine sheet. If you want to create a tree here, check this out. You can use this. Bam. Create a couple of trees there. And you can actually go up and down like you would use the spraycasso tool. Give you a neat little effect there with the trees. And it'll fade in and out. Anyways, practice that. Practice with the tools that I showed you guys that you can use to manipulate the paint. You can definitely use the magazine sheet. As you can see, you can do all sorts of neat little stuff with it. Create different shadows when you tap and then drag down. The same technique that you can use to create landscape, you can create something like that. Alright, crew. Well, I hope this, guys, has helped you a little bit in understanding how to manipulate the paint better with the tools that we have. Alright, crew. Till next time, I'm going to go think about a tutorial to come up with. So, till next time, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Keep those cans shaking, crew.